And we are live. Hello, wonderful people of YouTube, YouTube family, friends. We are live right from my living room as usual every Monday at this time. But today is extra special because I have brought on one of my favorite people and a good friend, and also one of the people who inspired me to go live in the first place. So that would be Todd, the king of confetti himself, Flippin Hustler.
What is up, everybody? It is awesome to be here. Not in my coffee. I got too excited right away. Dang it. How's it going, guys? I'm glad to be here on Kimberly's show. And don't laugh at me.
I can't help it.
And I know that's what you're all here for, to laugh, man, to have fun, because it's Monday. And guess what? We survived the weekend. We got some sales done. And Kimberly and I both hit some huge numbers. We surpassed 1,000. So
that is
just,
awesome.
yes, it's huge. It's huge. And someone asked me, how does it feel? And I say it feels like it took on a life of its own at one point. And now we're just rolling forward and thankful for everyone. And hopefully to probably just, now it feels like the pressure's on to be better. And that's a good thing. You know, there is such thing as good stress. And good stress can help you grow, or it can break you down. So you have to choose one or the other.
Right?
But it's good.
You're correct. There's only two things that can happen. You're either going to succeed or you're going to fail. So I always say go big or go home.
Right. Yeah. Get out of your comfort zone, man. And that's really hard to do. Even for something as small as trying to go on a new platform. I was looking at Etsy yesterday for I don't know how long, going, okay, if I figured out eBay, I should be able to figure out Etsy. You know, I hear it's easier. So I sat there and I read and read and read, and I still think I only have about half of it in my brain. So I don't know. I'll figure it out though.
Yeah, I'm more of a just kind of do it to learn. I could read all I want, and I do. I like to do the research but I mean, before I even tried Amazon, I think I researched it for like 2 years.
Yeah.
But I'm that same way, researching. And Etsy is a platform that I'm interested in. My mom has been telling me to do Etsy for a long time because I'm so artsy fartsy, but I
There's a
just
lot of cool
haven't.
stuff on there. Yeah, it's a whole different kind of thing, you know. You can put homemade stuff. So if I like Caroline, she makes these things. You guys probably didn't know that. She makes these magnets where she'll make glitter magnets. She's like, I should sell these. I'm like, yeah, you should take them to school.
Yes, she should. Those are cute. I would totally buy one.
Yeah, you know. So
we have all kinds of amazing people in here. I'm going to say hi
hi
to a few. So let me go all the way up because there's just so many of you. Mary was the first one to pop in. I love Mary so much. She's such an amazing person. Hi, Mary. I'm not sure if you're still around, darling, but I love you.
Hi, Mary.
Dad's Vintage Garage. That would be John. Hello, hello. Okay. He says, hello from Virginia. Congrats to both of you. Yeah.
Nice.
And the Shamrock Pixie. Go ahead, Todd. Spell her name out for me.
DESTINIE. DESTINIE.
That would be Destiny, the Shamrock Pixie. I love that girl. Love you, Destiny. Then we have Craig, Landshark Picker. He says, I'm early. Woo, Craig, 3 minutes early. Bravo, sir. Hello, Craig.
Craig, what's up, buddy? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you and your time, bro.
Right, Craig is.
That's been my thing
my
lately.
Dog is barking. Hold on one second.
That's been my thing lately is, oh, my shirt. I got the wrong shirt on. I put the wrong shirt on.
I can't believe I have to do this, but I have to answer my door real quick. Todd, you just take over for half a second for me.
No worries. I got it. What was I going to say now? I'm on the spot. I was going to wear my 1438 shirt, and I grabbed a shirt thinking I was grabbing the right one, and I didn't because I didn't look down. I'm wearing the wrong one. I'm wearing my old Mr. First Class Party Bus shirt. Okay, so thank you, Craig, for being here. Destiny's right here, and now Kimberly's back.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
what are the odds of that happening? Well, it was my man. He is apparently coming home for lunch for a second, but it was weird. My door never knocks. Like my dog's all barking. It's usually, a delivery or something, but it was a delivery of my man. Oh, all
That's
right.
awesome.
So I'm not sure where I was at. Yeah, Zombie Bargain Hunter. Hello, Cruise for Life. Rebecca. I love you so much, Rebecca, my BFF. Koala Cuisine. I think I said that right. Beth Ten of Hearts. If you guys have watched me for a minute, you know that Beth Ten of Hearts is one of my favorite people on this planet. So if you have
That's,
not subscribed to her, please do so. She's
that's awesome.
awesome.
Yep, she's good people.
Leticia, I love you so much. Leticia is a good friend of mine, and we chit chat. Um, I love you, Leticia. Thank you for being here as always. Mama, Shy Dove, hi. Thank you for coming by. I'm so happy to see you. That would be Mama is Shy. Her name in here is X Shy Dove. For those of you that do not know, D Ray Empire. Hello, Rocky Brook. Then we have Deb Kitty Sparkle, Nicole. I always got to say it like that, Deb Kitty Sparkle, and Bougie Bear April. Hello, April. April, look, I told you that I always wear it. I'm always wearing it. I got this from April, and it was her mom's, and I wear it with pride, and I love it very much. And actually, whenever I'm a little down, I think of sweet April and Casey, Geisha Treasures, and that whole crew. So it means a lot to me, and I wear it with honor every day. Rick, Star City Picker, is here. Wow, I'm way behind in the chat. There's just so many people.
Well, I scroll down to the bottom because there's like, yeah, it's just gone.
Right?
I'm like,
Darlene, who is under Norgus R. She's my good vibe. Love me some Darlene. She is awesome. Yeah, wow. I can't even believe it. I'm like honored that my chat is going that fast that I can't keep up.
isn't that crazy?
That's
I
funny.
know.
D, I see you in there, D, flipping particles. D is amazing. Look at all these awesome people. That is wonderful. So, yes, as if some of you didn't know or hear, that Todd and I both hit 1,000 subscribers recently. And with the combination of that, and then a friend of mine, and I won't go into great details just out of respect for people, but he was having a little bit of a hard day. Darlene, I hope you're listening. He was having a little bit of a hard day, and on Friday, and that evening, afternoonish, eveningish, a song sort of came to me, and I'm not going to say it right now, but it came to me and it kind of moved me, and it was just made me think about really. First off, the song that came to my head was a song that I hadn't thought of in years and years and years. And then I found out Saturday a little more detail about what happened, and there was the discussion of you know things happening or hard times in life, and how when you're at the lowest of lows, a beautiful moment can happen and you can basically move mountains, which got me thinking about Todd and the fact that if it wasn't for Todd and Thrifty Dad, who is another, I call him my YouTuber reseller idol slash hero. I probably wouldn't be sitting here on a live at all. I was Thrifty Dad. I'll break down the story real fast. Thrifty Dad went MIA off of YouTube, and him and Todd were people that I binge watched or started my week watching on Mondays. And I was sad when he disappeared. I was like, and then I thought to myself, this is kind of silly to be so like, really? How am I going to be motivated? Like, who's going to inspire me? I was all like moping around for about a week. Then the next Monday came by and there was still no Thrifty Dad. And I was like, oh, I found out through the grapevine that he was making a big move and decided to take some time away, and I respect that, and that is fine. But that's when the light bulb went off, and I was like, well, you know what? Shoot, like I'll just motivate myself, And it was a very, very, very scary thought for me. I was thinking about, well, I call myself a little bit of a misfit. I kind of have been my whole life, always the kid, last picked in dodgeball sort of thing. And that was scaring me. That made me very nervous to sort of think about putting myself out there. And then I thought of Todd and how organic, he is about going live and just being him. And that's what people love about him is, he's genuine and he makes you laugh and he's just all around, good vibes. And so I was like, you know what, shoot, Todd could be a little crazy on a live, then so can I. And so that's what I did. And then I had, let's see, how many subscribers? I think it was like 20 something when you popped into my chat, Todd. And then it was just, and here we are now. So yeah, there's the whole background story behind me and coming on to YouTube. So I'm really excited to have Todd hanging out with me today.
And I'm so glad to be here. Can I say hi to a few people real quick?
Sure, go for it.
Awesome. Let's say hi to the World of Beauty. I'm unfamiliar with you, but I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad to get to know you. Pick and roll. Thank you for being here, Mary. Thank you, Mary. DFE. I'm not sure who you are, but thanks for being here. I love seeing new faces, man. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We got Thrifty Christie. See you later. Oh, she was here, but now she's gone. Nicole, Dab Kitty Sparkles. Hello, Nicole. Flipping Crazy. Thanks for being here. NASCAR man. Derek, what's up, buddy? Koala Cuisine. Thanks for being here. Nightbot. Who's your Nightbot? I don't know who that is. Norgus. Hey, Darlene. Thanks for being here. Beth. How you doing, Beth? Beth's awesome. Love her. Looks like someone was being bad, which is, about standard. Priscilla Nilla. World of Beauty. Shamrock Pixie. Porch Church Network. God, I can't even talk, man. Harry Tornado. Harry Tomato. Harry Tornado. Anyway, hi, everybody. I'm Todd, the Flippin Hustler, and I buy things and I sell them on eBay. And today I get to be on Kimberly's show and have some fun because we got to get motivated, right? Yep. I've got things to list. I'm not things to list. I do have things to list, obviously, but I've got things to ship, got things to picture, things to list, we've got videos to make, things to do. It's going to be a great day. And that's how it's been ever since ever since they said, no, Todd, you can't go live. That was the good thing. Like you turned a bad thing into a good thing. I turned a bad thing of, okay, restrictions, no restrictions. I'm going to take the restrictions off. You give me rubber bands for a little bit till I get far enough out and then I cut them and then look out because I'm like gone, right? That's how I feel. So I feel at 8 o'clock at night, I'm not tired. I want to make more videos. I want to do this. I want to because I have a new fire and a new goal. So pretty sweet. Anywho.
So I have added Nightbot. I just wanted to say this. I have added Nightbot to my chat. I am still sort of training him. I just changed you to blue, Harry Tornado. I trust you enough to be blue. My apologies. Nightbot is not human. He is a bot who keeps track of the chat. And that way, some of you don't have to necessarily feel obligated to throw my links out or take all that, time to do that. He will do that. So my apologies if and he should be throwing out your link eventually. And then also I did set up some cards and questions, polls to go at the top. So if you guys see any of those, feel free to answer yes or no to give me an idea on whether you like this sort of thing. I've done all of my Monday motivations by myself. And this is way less scary, honestly, to have people on there. But, so yeah, I'm sorry.
Timed out. Hi, Kelly. Hit Flip Mama. She's got timed out by the Nightbot.
Oh my! What was she doing?
I don't know. I can't believe that.
It's the exclamation. So Nightbot doesn't like too many emojis, and he doesn't like exclamation mark, like too many of them. Well, you can change things, to enable or enable or whatever it is. Wow, disable. I don't know. One of them words, people. You can add things to it, and I just haven't. I need to talk to Dia actually and Roland Picker to see a little better on how to get Nightbot to do what I want. So I apologize if he's sort of a pain in the butt. He is in testing period. I wish I could. What? PETA, pain in my arse. No. He'll get the hang of it eventually.
Of a horror movie. Yeah, you're right. It could be the start of a horror movie. I think I hear something moving around outside. People were telling me that my basement's haunted, man. Were you in on that?
So I was part of that, and I did see the little um, bear, Rupskin bear. I saw him winking, which was a little weird, but I think it was just the light. I did not honestly hear a single thing, though. I would tell you, I'd be tripping out. I'd be like, oh my gosh, Todd, your
Because
place.
this is where I am like 90% of my time, man. And I'm thinking, great, you know. But I guess if something were gonna happen, it would have happened by now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you would think you'd catch it or something. And either way, maybe there is something coming by and saying hello to everybody.
Let's see if we can get a cha-ching. No, I shouldn't even say that. I shouldn't. Hi, kitty, kitty. Or is that Violet? I can't
That's
tell
my
from here.
dog.
Okay, I only saw an eyeball and an ear. Oh,
I guess I can't see on my end. She's
hi,
probably just
Violet.
coming by to say hi to Pat D's because, we all know how much Pat loves my dog. Come on, Violet. Come say hi to Uncle Pat. All right, Uncle Pat. Here's Violet. Here's my corn dog. He's probably
Awesome. Hi, Violet.
losing it. Pat, I love you. It's all good. So we were doing our Sunday show last night on the bargain effect, and at the very end of it, Tommy and Destiny and Pat decided to do a little surprise for me, and uh, they blanked out their screen, and then when they came back, they were doing a little bit of a celebration for hitting 1K. And that was so amazing. So if you guys did not see that, please make sure that at some point you go and show some love to Tommy, the bargain effect, because he is amazing. And
Did he hit 1K
yeah,
too?
no, but he has a plan on trying to do it. Yeah, he's a little off. He needs like 880 something. I don't know what
So
it is, but Tommy, I have a feeling will hit it soon. I do know that this reminds me, and I don't see him yet, but he always stops by. That Glenn Swamp Picker is only like 150 maybe away. So if you guys are not subscribed to him, he's amazing. And he usually he goes live and he shares, he's also a reseller, but he goes live also from this little storage unit place and does garage sales. And he can't do that currently because he can't even go live on his mobile, but he's really, really close. Oh, I can't believe Nightbot
well,
timed out San Juana. Nightbot, calm down. My goodness.
yeah, I'm gonna
And
have
when
to
I changed
sledgehammer
it.
that Nightbot.
Well, he won't affect the people who are blue, which is good. I just changed you, San Juana. I know you. I trust you. I've known you long enough to know that you mean no harm. Nicole's like, yeah. So if anybody could grab even Glenn's link that's in blue, that would be sweet because I want to show Glenn some love. He's a good guy.
Hey, Amelia. So you know what I want to do too, and I called Kimberly. I don't know what night it was. I'm like, hey, Kimberly, call me. And I don't just reach out to strangers. Not that you're a stranger, but hey, call me. I don't even think. I just whatever. Just me being me. And so she did. She's like, I don't know you, man, but I'm gonna call you anyway. And she called. So we chatted for a little bit. And what I wanted to do for her is exactly what Wade had done for me. Because Wade reached out to me and said, Todd, you're so close, bro. Let me put you out of your misery. Let me help you. Let's go live. And so I was like, brother, thank you so much. So now I want to do the same thing, even though not that I feel like the momentum is in place. So I will like to gather my momentum that's already going. And now with Kimberly's momentum, if we were to put that with, go on Tommy's show and then go on Pat's show and just get the whole ball rolling. And we're just building a big snowball full of resellers and coffee and confetti.
Yeah, coffee and confetti. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's awesome. I think that yeah, it's definitely motivating and also helps, to have such an amazing group of supporters. I really appreciate every single one of you. Land Shark Picker, he had said a few weeks ago, about needing some watch time and all that, and I'm like, all over it, if one of y'all ever need, something, or we just like to kind of sort of help each other. And I think that is amazing. I mean, it's it's weird. I know and I remember how this was, being an outsider looking in, and people think really like you can be that close to a bunch of people behind a keyboard. But when you add in Google, Hangouts, and a lot of us do hang out also off of or through Google Hangouts off of YouTube, it's amazing. Like, I'm so appreciative of the friendships that I have built, all the love that you guys showed me. I know Landshark was trying to help me get to 1K. I know Kelly was trying to help me get Hip Flippin' Mama to 1K. I know, Pixie, Shamrock Pixie. I loved it. It made me feel so, so good for that to even happen. It's, if I start talking about it too much, I might tear up over here, but I love this community, and resellers or not, there is a group of amazing people on here, and I'm so blessed to know you all.
Yeah, for sure. And I saw someone say it looks like they still feel like an outsider on YouTube. You're not. If you are sitting in this chat right now, you just joined a family that will welcome you in, but we're a family, so we're also going to say, "Hey, what's up? Why are you being like that?" That's how family does. That's how friends do. So yeah, if you're in the chat, you have found yourself a cool family. Now, just like I tell people because I try and support a lot of people, I look for little tiny YouTubers that are sitting there talking to themselves about something I'm interested in, and then I try and bring all of you guys, my crew, to them, and I lead you to them, right? But what I told Jenny, I'm speaking about Jenny here, Jenny's Closet, is I can lead my people to you, but it's up to you to keep them, and it's been her personality and her knowledge of things that I had no idea about. And that's why I watch her so much, because she's funny, she's awesome to watch, and she knows a lot of cool things. So yeah,
It's like the train. That's what I always think of. Oh, we got some weird back. Is the chat hearing that? I have some funky noise on my end all of a sudden. Some weird echo.
Nope.
You don't hear nothing? Okay.
Nope.
Let me know in the chat if you guys hear it. My apologies. I don't know. It might be me. I see Derek has come to say hi. Also, Pick and Roll. That'd be Steve. So if you guys have not checked out Pick and Roll and you are a reseller, you absolutely need to. I was mind blown when I was watching a video of his about books. And I know that he was talking about books in regards to Amazon, but some of the things and the knowledge that he puts out there is amazing, even if you're not selling just on Amazon. So I appreciate you, Steve, for doing that Pick and Roll. That was a great video, and I learned a lot. Dee, if she's still in here, Flipping Particles, that might be a video you might want to check into, because I know that she is also somebody who sells on Amazon. Also, they did hear it.
I have to say hi to my very first subscriber. Key Lime Kisses is here. Hello, Key Lime Kisses. Thank you for being here.
Gina. See, that's cool that you can say that to your first. So and I won't out her on here, but my first doesn't watch me. She doesn't watch me. Yeah, she doesn't watch me. But I had kind of like I had gotten, I don't know, 10 subscribers or something like that, my first 10, before I even put out content. And it was just because I was in a particular reseller chat, and so it was like a friend thing, and maybe they thought that I was had put out content. I don't know, but so I can't say that. I can't say hi to my first all the time, but that's all right. I'll just say hi to all of you.
Yeah, my first, my 100th, and I still am trying to nail down who my thousandth was, but my 100th was Glenn Swamp Picker. We all know that.
Yeah, Glenn is awesome. Again, if you guys didn't hear earlier, Glenn is on the hunt for 1,000, and he is, I think, one of the ones that are the next closest. So, Todd, I love the idea of us helping others, and
it was like, to me, a no-brainer.
Right? Well, if you guys don't mind dropping your sub numbers, and maybe, Todd, we can figure out how to help people we'd have to sort of start with the ones that are closer, to 1,000. But I love that idea. I love that idea.
if there's like 900 or 850, let's say 800, and
well,
we,
it's like
there's
Glenn last time I checked was at 850, which I
okay.
think is pretty close. So we'll say 850 and up. But
And I think that if it say it was you and me and Kelly, if mom, I mean, whoever wants to get in on this, because Kelly sat with me for like 8 hours or 6 hours.
that's amazing. That's a
At
long
some
time.
point, I was just like, and she was carrying the show. I was so proud of her. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a group effort, man. It wasn't just me by any means. Because at some point I was watching the video, I'm like, dang, I'm just sitting there. I was tired, man.
That
Um,
was a long day. I
yeah, it
give you
was.
props. Like I was like,
Mentally, it was
wow.
long. You wouldn't think that, oh, I stay up 13 hours, 15 hours all the time, no big deal. But try and be on for 15 hours. That changes things. It's a mental thing, I think. I don't know. But I would love to help everybody, and we're going to. I think we just need to sit down, put pen to paper, and make a plan
Mm-hmm.
so that we're not just shooting from the hip like I usually do. Like that morning, I woke up and said, you know what? I'm at 8:50 or whatever day, and I'm going to do it. This is it. And I didn't plan on going live for that, but then I did. Had there been some
You did, and
plan.
you went beyond that. And I remember when
Yeah,
you messaged me, and you were like, "You're so cute, Doc." You were all. So those times that you say that you're going to do something like going live for 12 hours, and then you realize what you did,
right. It's
but you
like, what did I
stuck
just
with
do? Yeah, and if you tell people you're going to do it, you better freaking do it, right? And so that's the thing. There was no turning back, man. Yep.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. Oh, see, Nightbot, he did do good. He just said subscribe to Todd's channel, and he threw you out there. So he's not so bad, y'all.
So
See,
he listens to the chat or what?
I have some commands, and I put it that if anybody mentioned you, Flipping Hustler or Todd or anything like that, that Nightbot is supposed to start putting out your link, so he automatically knows to throw down your link.
Okay. Also, I need to say NASCAR Man 3345. Derek is a cool dude, man. I vouch for that guy. He's a stand-up
Ah,
guy. I love to watch him. Love his knowledge on toys. Very cool dude, man. Good people. You can just see it. You can see it. He's a good person. And Craig, Landshark Picker, man, he was there. He'd pop in the chat or in the show, out of the show because he was busy, but he was there. So it was what do they say? What do the Amish do when they raise a barn? It was like a barn raising, man. Everybody came to help, and that's what we're gonna do. Somehow we're gonna have to figure it out. Like I
I
said,
think that we can make it work.
I'll put it on the whiteboard. Where's my whiteboard? I gotta find it.
You have it buried or something
I got
under
some paper.
confetti.
Yeah, really. Hey, you know what? Speaking of confetti, I think we should probably do that
Oh,
in
oh.
3, 2, 1. Confetti,
Hey,
confetti. Woo, look at that!
yay!
First person to ever throw confetti with me. Watch out! Confetti,
I
confetti,
don't have as much as you.
confetti. It's everywhere. All right, confetti.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Good times.
That was awesome. Now my cat's going to be eating confetti because it's all over my floor, but that's all
Oh
right.
no. Yeah, you should only have like 3 or 4 pieces of official confetti, so that after you're done, you can put them back in their little box, so the cat doesn't get to them.
Yeah, or she poops out confetti.
Right. This is my confetti. There's many like it, but this is mine.
Well, I was like, oh, maybe I can make myself some hair or something, or a little cute little bow or something.
I'm
Maybe
surprised
some
Caroline
confetti.
hasn't gotten a hold of him and made pom poms or something.
That's funny. That's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
All
Adam,
right.
what's up? I didn't say hi to you yet, sir. He is one of the best mods in the business right there.
Adam is awesome. I went on his show
Mhm.
one day, and I think Kimberly was going to go, but she was busy. So I think he got a hold of me and said, "Hey, Todd, there's an opening, man. We had number one coming on, but she had other obligations. So we're going to go for you, Todd. What are you doing? Having a sandwich, man."
I can't remember what I was doing that week, and I was so honored
That was
that
cool.
Adam had asked me. I really like Adam a lot.
Yep.
And Adam, if you ever want me to do that, you just let me know. But I remember what it was. It was spring break week, and I was like, oh boy, with my kids and trying to do a million things. I knew I was going to be off, and so I just thought it was not the best idea. But I thought it was amazing that instead it was you. Like, who better to try to motivate than the person that motivated me? There you go.
You want to know what the secret is to being motivated all the time?
Yeah, do
Is
tell.
I'm not motivated all the time, but I am constantly jamming my head full of stuff. Like when I'm not watching YouTube resellers or other stuff, Andy Griffith, I don't watch bad things. I watch and I listen to things while I sleep, like Napoleon Hill, these people I talk about, Les Brown, Dale Carnegie, Zig Ziglar. So even though I'm not hearing it, my subconscious is constantly getting jammed full. So I'm stuffing my brain full of good stuff. And when I feel bad, I still feel good. Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm. I said
Because
that's
I got
awesome.
this stuff. I know what's real and what's not. Because I think whose video was I watching about the mind? Well, every video is about the mind because it's where it starts. Focus, rabbit or grasshopper.
Squirrel moments. Squirrel moments.
Yeah, I do. I do chase squirrels, but
Yeah, but me too.
I
Me
catch
too.
them.
So. I don't catch them. They're long gone. I'm still chasing them all the time. That was so funny. Yeah, I was trying to pay attention. I need to do it. Check the chat. Isn't that what you say all the time, Todd?
Yeah, I'm like
Check
check
the
the chat.
chat. Check the chat.
Check chat. That's for me. It's not for you guys. It's for me because otherwise, that's just me thinking out loud every time.
I
Tanya,
like.
thanks for being here. Nicole, thanks for being here. Dinky X,
Oh,
thanks for being here. Looks like we're buffering somewhere.
yay.
Flipping
Are we?
crazy, thank you for being here. NASCAR man, you're going through 4,000 sports cards right now. Holy crap. That's crazy. Lady
Wow,
Fever, thanks for being here.
4,000.
Yeah. Did you see that show? Well, yeah, I guess maybe you did. I'm holding up NASCAR, or not NASCAR, damn it. I'm holding up cars to NASCAR, just showing him, and he's like, that's one of those. That's one of these. I'm like, wow, that's
Isn't
crazy.
he amazing? I
That
think that I was telling him, I'm like, we should test out how fast and how many correct ones that Derek can do in like set a time, maybe because it is amazing how he can identify Hot Wheels, or even just toy cars in general. I was trying to throw him off by showing him some other ones the other day, or when was that? A couple weeks ago. I think we were doing a working live together or something. Um, and I've been a collector of Hot Wheels since I was little. I mean, I had four brothers, so I was more into, well, I mean, I did like Barbies and stuff like that, but I also liked to blow them up, you know?
right. Awesome.
Or drag them behind like one of the race cars, tie them, you know?
Right.
People are going to unsubscribe now. They're going to be like, man, she is a destroyer of Barbie. Honestly, I wish I had those Barbies and I didn't blow their heads off. Just saying. Because they
Man,
do worth some money.
that's a t-shirt right there.
Right? But
Barbie,
I've been collecting for a long time, and so I can spot which ones are, older and all that pretty easy, or which is, a cheapie right away and a knockoff, but I cannot identify them like Derek can. That is true talent.
yeah, I showed him this one right here. This one right here, and he's like, okay, now if you move the motor, it should move. And I was like, what the heck, dude? It's called a rocker something or another. It's from 1970 something. Yeah. So
Impressive.
anyway, good stuff. And I lost my race to I won my race against Hit Flippin Mama, and then I lost my race against the Fast and Furious Maserati, and then he won two races, and then they lost to a Honda something or another. I don't know if you
Tanya says ooh, wow, I have an echo. She grew up with 5 nephews. Well, there you go. So yeah, I had 4 brothers. We're kind of a Brady Bunch family. But I just, all my stepbrothers, I just claim as blood. So I have 4 brothers and then 2 sisters. And Yeah, I mean, it's loads of fun when we get everybody together. Definitely a little chaotic, but I was more of a tomboy for sure growing up because I was more around my brothers. And my sister, Diane, she lived in California with her moms, and I was here in Colorado. So I didn't have her here. I had all my brothers. And yeah, they were more into blowing Barbie up and all those things. And I wanted to be cool like my brother. So I did those things and then got into cars. And my little brother was really big into Hot Wheels and toys and all that. And so I still am into all of those things. I still have so many things from when I was a kid, like we played Atari. My dad has that though. He has that stored away. And then I have Nintendo and Super Nintendo and all the games that we got, from the store
Mm,
ourselves. And I was taught, well, besides the Barbies, but to take care of my things. And so they're all in really, all that stuff is good. And it's cool because I was able to pass it all down to my son, which is really awesome. And so one of the things that we do on game night, we don't do it every time, but we switch between board game or playing, video games, but we'll play Mario Kart on the TV. That's one of the best. You were telling me on the phone about some of the things that you like to do with Caroline. So I know yesterday you went and did what? Went to the movies, right?
yeah, we went to the movies. We went to take her to see what was it? Dumbo, and it was pretty cool. I was shocked at the changes. I mean, I haven't been to the movies in a long time, apparently, because last time I went, you were sitting cheek to cheek, and you might have had a little plastic cup holder. And I was telling people, and people, I think it was you that was laughing that I remember movies before a cup holder. When they put a cup holder in, that was a big deal, man. That was like sliced bread, right? Uh, and so now they have recliners and this leather, and it's crazy. So we did that.
Yeah. Was
Yep.
yours
And
heated?
what's that?
Was your recliner heated?
I
Ours
don't know. It
was.
was not heated, but
Oh.
I don't know. It was dark. So maybe there's other buttons I missed. Hard to say. Uh, but after that, we went and had some Chinese food, and I always eat my Chinese food with chopsticks. I don't know. I've always done it that way, and I've always just said because if I'm eating Chinese, I want the full experience, right? It's a minor detail, but to me, it's a big deal. So I'm like, if there's no chopsticks, I'm not eating Chinese.
Nope.
Seriously. So that's that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Things
but
I like.
didn't that Chinese food make you sick or something?
It
Isn't that what
did,
you
yeah,
said?
because I was already full of popcorn and candy and pretzels and pop
$100
and
popcorn, right?
yeah.
$200 if you add butter on it.
It, it was a big day. It was a big day, but it was well worth it. We don't
Mhm.
take those kind of days out doing that kind of stuff very often. So to do two things in one day like that, it was like okay, it's a treat. Because we're pretty practical people. Pretty,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, we try
Um,
to hit the movies during spring break, but that reminded me, and in you did an interview with Wade many moons ago, not the one that you did just the other when he was trying to help you out. But I remember you repeating over and over how important family was, and that
oh yeah,
was like I thought that was amazing because that is, yes, I'm a reseller and um, a YouTuber or whatever you want to call it, but not my number one priority in my life is my kids, and my favorite, I don't know what you would call it, job or whatever to do is being a mom, and I try really hard to do my best. I'm by sure, for sure not perfect, but to hang out, with my kids and do things. And um, like we have, and I filmed it and I'll have to put it up. We set up just the other day, my son and I, he has a little carpet that has, I don't know, a city printed on it or something like that. And he got all of his Lightning McQueen, the Cars movie toys out, and we set them all up and just, played. And he loves it. He loves those moments. And if you have kids that are of that age who still want you to get on the ground and play with them, you totally should, because that's the kind of stuff that they're going to remember. That's the kind of things that they in my opinion, need is that quality time. And I know that some people are very, very busy, but you are never busy, too busy to hang out with your kids for 10, 15 minutes a day. Like, and I think it should be way longer than that, but I get that people, are busy and sometimes they have two jobs and they can't do it. Then maybe make it once a week, or maybe make a date night, sort of thing once a month, something that they can look forward to, whether it's going to the movies. I've heard a lot of people who are like, well, I don't have the money. You don't need money to hang out with your kids. Like, are you kidding me? Go to the park, fly a kite.
The best thing to do is what I found is play pretend, make believe. If, do you remember playing pretend with invisible things that were not there, but you're playing pretend, man. You're imagining. And those are things that as adults, I'm not sure at what point, I think probably in our teens, we just lose that whole thing. But when you're 4, 5 through 9, you can still imagine, you can still play pretend, you can still do that kind of stuff. And that is so cool. And I try and do that as much as I can with Caroline. But then there's times I'm like, hey, Caroline, do you want to go play a game? You want to build a fort? That's another thing I like to do, is tear apart the couches and build a fort. And then my wife come home and we'll have blankets everywhere and stuff stacked on stuff, holding the blankets. I'm like, don't step there. You're going to knock, good times.
That's our kitchen. That's our kitchen.
Right.
Okay?
Right. And then there'll be little sections in there. Well, this is where we can kick back. And this is over here where we take care of business. And yeah. So taking the time to just go back and enjoy those things that you remember that made you smile when you were a kid. If you have children, now here's your second chance. Don't miss it.
So Mama just said, Shy Dove, that she did tea parties with her daughter. Yeah, that is totally. I've done that. So I used to have, and I don't have it anymore, but I had this like prom dress that I used for a masquerade party once. And when my daughter, she's not into tea parties anymore, but when she was big into tea parties, once a month we would have a tea party and we would get all decked out, and we wouldn't really drink tea, but we just have water, and our crumpets were cut up little breakfast bars, but we thought we were fancy. You got to drink your tea with your pinky up, but that's the best kind of things to do, man. That's the stuff that they absolutely love. Like, I am the biggest kid sometimes. I'm one of those ones. That's the mom that is climbing through the tubes and at the playground and doing all. Even though as I get older, it's harder on my knees. One of these days I'm gonna get stuck in there. They're gonna have to pull me out.
Last summer, Caroline was riding her bike, and I'm behind her on my skateboard. Yeah, I'm out there on skateboard because I can. Your brain still remembers how. Until I fall and break a hip, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Right. I see. My cozy nest, Rebecca, is here. Welcome. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not keeping
David's
up with
here.
the chat today.
Your guy's here.
I just see that. So Thrifty Dad, I was telling the whole story at the beginning of this about you, and yes, that is he's my reseller YouTuber idol / hero. That Thrifty Dad right there. I was gonna say, Todd, I can't get up and go pee in the middle of a live, sir. You trying to do your asthma?
No, I wasn't. I just knocked down a full one of these while we were talking.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to go.
I was gonna say, you're
have
gonna
my
have
own
to go
asthma up there.
That's funny. And Destiny, by the way, the Shamrock Pixie, you are killing it on mod duties today. She be throwing down some links.
Awesome.
Thrifty Dad says him and his daughter take shots of tea or Kool-Aid. Yeah, his daughter, I could totally see David do that. I could see him doing that. It's not glitter. I guess you don't want to down glitter, but every time I see him, I think of his daughter and her little glitter girls. Like, she wants a channel of glitter girls or something. That's my kind of girl, some glitter. Oh, see, he said, Thrifty Dad said to you and I, you are the two biggest motivations on YouTube, and now on the same screen. He may get something done today.
I said, the other night when Kimberly and I were talking, I said, I don't know if you brought it up or I brought it up about getting on this thing together. And I said, I don't know if people can handle it. There might be heads exploding all around the country. Just
With
it's just too much.
motivation.
It could be too much, man. So we're both toning it down. I'm gonna limit it to this much coffee, and we'll keep it under control so no one's head explodes.
If you guys like this combo and think we should do this again, drop a heart in the chat and we might happen to schedule another one. If it's not too much for y'all, if you don't think that your head's going to blow up, for Todd and I to maybe do a little more motivations through the month, then let us know and throw down some hearts if you are into it.
I want to say thank you to Neto Galvez for commenting on one of my videos. He says he's here from Borderline. Keep going. Can't see the whole message, but thank you for being here and for that SUB description.
Yeah, that's awesome. We love all the love up in his rough.
So do you ever do live working shows like where you're taking pictures and stuff? Because if so, I don't think I've caught that. Because I haven't worked yet right now. I should be working, but I want to be focused.
Right, 1
We should
hour
do
of focusness. I'm down to do a working hangout anytime. You want to do one after we get off here?
I don't know. We might. I have to go pick up Caroline here at 3:00.
Oh, okay.
And we'll go from there and see. But I'm sure she'll want to go live. But the thing is, with live or with working hangouts, is that we get stuff done. I'm getting pictures done, and then you don't have to be looking at the camera. Then you come back and check the chat, and then you can sing and talk and just Whereas right now I'm like, hey man, how's it going?
How you doing? Do a little. I can't get my shirt up over my head.
Oh yeah.
Give me more of them hole.
Yeah.
Look at all those hearts. Look at all those hearts being thrown down. People like this combo. We've been on lives in working hangouts, but sometimes it's really hard for me because I love to pay attention to the chat, but also to it's hard for me to get stuff done sometimes because it's like the camera goes on and my mind goes blank. But also I don't have an area set up like you do, Todd, where it's always, an area that I could do all my stuff. So if I do a work and hangout, then I'm usually researching something or starting the draft, or I will do pictures.
I see an area right behind you. We'll just take those pictures off the wall. We'll put a table right there. Get some lights. Put it right there. I mean, yeah, I see a spot right behind you. No, I'm just joking.
I wish my house was a little bit bigger, and also I try to put a lot of it away because I do have my animals like roaming all around right here. And then my kids, my son wants to be an American Ninja Warrior, so he takes full advantage of that. In here by doing flips on and off the couch. I'm shocked that he has not broke any bones in his body. I mean, legit. So he thought, this was a couple years ago, but he asked me, he's like, Mom, can I go outside and play? And I'm like, well, what do you want to do? He was too little for me to, to let him do that freely. And he's like, well, I'm going to go climb up the ladder and jump off the roof and see if I could fly. Boy, you cannot fly. You're going to fall flat on your face. I wish I could fly, but no.
He might be the one that can fly. How do you know he can't fly? Shoot.
My son is so clumsy that he'd probably trip going up the ladder and fall off. Seriously. He's got 2 left feet.
There was a time in my when I was about 18, 19, I always wore a long black trench coat because I thought I was a vampire. And many, many times I'd run around and try and jump. And I believed that if I jumped one time, it would only take one time for me to jump and I would just might fly because I believed it enough. If I believed it enough, it might happen. It never happened. Well, although one time I thought it might happen, but yeah.
It's good. It's good to believe in yourself. But, there are times where your safety is on the line. And I'm all about stepping out of my comfort zone, but I don't know about trying to attempt to fly off no roof.
No, I mean, I would literally just run around and jump and whatever. Don't mind me.
I could see you doing that. You,
Yeah.
I picture you as being sort of an adrenaline junkie, like wanting to go fast.
Oh yeah. I blew my car up on my 21st birthday.
Oh, how'd you do
Yeah.
that?
We were coming off of Spear Boulevard, jumping on I-25 North, and I just dropped it, and I just floored it the whole way. And we got from Spear Boulevard to Longmont is where my car ended up blowing up in like 8 minutes or 12 minutes or something ridiculous. And yeah, bad deal. Don't ever do that. Don't blow your car up.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I haven't blown my car up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Let's see. I haven't even any wreck even that I've ever been in wasn't my fault. But I did. I mean, I'm an adrenaline junkie deep down, but I try not to take too many risks. Number one, because I have kids and they calmed me down a lot. They make fun of me because they say I drive like an old man. I mean, I'm not even sure what that's supposed to mean, but uh, but I used to actually drag race. I used to drag race at the drag strip here, Bannerman Speedway. We were talking about that on the
Yeah.
phone. We were just a few years off on that
Yep.
when you did it to when I was there, but
So that car I was telling you about is the one that I blew up. The one I used to take to high school drags.
oh,
It is the same one that I blew up because I just put her to the floor and let her buck until it went pop.
Flippin' Crazy says would love to see you do this again, but Nick's the bot. Well, you should not have to worry now. I need to train the bot. I am well aware, and my apologies again for any of his shenanigans, but he's probably not going to go away. I think I'm going to keep him around because I don't always have everybody all up there to have my back. And also, just literally the other day, I was in a chat that was an auction, Barbie Crafts and Barbie and Ken, sweet people. And a bunch of trolls came in, and it was bad. Like Adam, I'm pretty sure Adam was in there. We were going like as quick as humanly possible and could not keep up with all of the people. So if Nightbot was in there, then nobody would really have to worry about that, and he'd just automatically, do his thing. And look, there he is. See, he's says subscribe to Todd's channel again. Nightbot likes you, Todd.
He showed me love. You know what? I totally agree. I was moderating Beth and Valerie's show a couple days ago or a week ago, and after I got the phone with them, or after I got done watching, I sent him a message and told him I think I just got carpal tunnel in my thumb from moderating because it was like 20 minutes of craziness, man. And when I'm moderating, I'm not listening to the show. I'm not watching the show. I'm watching the chat. I'm waiting for that, and I read as fast as I can, and I try and hammer it as fast as I can. And yeah, it becomes a game almost.
Yeah, there's like a group of them or something. I don't know what the deal is, but they sure
Craziness.
are. I think they're all bots too, honestly, when I saw that, when it just was like, bam, I haven't really had too many trolls. My little poor troll over here is pretty bored lately. No amazing times to get him out. I mean, I have a song and all, and everything, y'all. Gosh. I mean, isn't that apparently when you really make it, when you have a bunch of trolls in your chat?
What color's your troll? Here's my little troll. Oh, get her. Aw. Hi, how you doing, troll? I'm a troll. I'm naked. Look at my butt. Let's see what yours is this thing here.
What kind is your troll? See, mine's wow, I'm drawing a blank.
Mine's a Russ. China.
Mine's a you need a
I'm
doll.
looking for a date.
You need a doll.
I
Shamrock
see.
Pixie says she wants a green haired troll. So if you guys have a green haired troll, let her know. I know she's on the hunt for that. I've been looking for you, Destiny. I saw it somewhere up there. Landshark asked where Sprite Man is. Oh, that's pretty funny. So for those of you that don't know who Thrift Mine is, Thrift Mine and Pam is my unicorn affair, and she did say she confirmed that after they get married, that we can still have our unicorn affair. So I'm really happy about that. She, I know, is usually working today, so that's probably where she's at. But they have that whole group. There is a, or was a troll that is now one of their mods, right? In a couple chats, but he was trolling it up for a minute. Not necessarily a bad troll. Amusing. I wonder if he's like 10 or something. Anybody know how old Sprite Man is? Because I think he's seriously like 10, maybe.
Mini Sprite.
Yeah, he's always talking about how amazing Sprite is in comparison to everything, all the other beverages you can drink, I guess.
There's a lot of choices in this world, buddy.
Mary says she had trolls. She used to make clothes for them. I was confused for half a second. And I'm all, what? You send to the trolls in chat?
That is funny. We should just say next time we have a troll in the chat, what size do you wear? Because I'm going to make you some clothes. We know you're probably naked because you're a troll.
That's hilarious. And hi Valerie, Hickory Springs. I know there's a whole bunch of you that are. I see you, Lady Freebird. Thank you all for being here. I have been horrible about shouting people out. I do know that my cozy nest Rebecca, she mentioned her auction tonight. Rebecca, what time is that at again? And then also Bougie Bear, April, she has an auction, which is where I got some of my pretty stuff from. She has one tonight as well. Mary Beth says, have you gone to Sprite Man's channel? I have not. I have not gone over there. D says, Kimmy, I saw a planner at 5-1 that says unicorns are real. I already knew they were real, D. Duh. Unicorns are real, people.
Caroline says, Dad, you and me, we're unicorns. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? She goes, because we're different. We do what we want to do, and we don't care what anybody thinks. And I said, you're right. So that's pretty cool that she recognizes it.
Yep, it's good to be different. I used to always, well, honestly, growing up, I didn't necessarily understand or like being different. And people thought I was weird. And then I went through kind of a phase of my happiness was almost too much and people didn't think I was like genuine about it. And
right.
I am genuine. Like that's, just how I kind of am. I try to always, be positive and yes, fake it till you make it. But it really, I'm telling you, if you're in a pissed off mood, force yourself to smile and it does amazing things. It almost force, yeah, it's like I do the whole and I think Casey was the one who mentioned this just the other day about putting up little sticky notes, around and saying those things that are on there. And I do that with affirmations like I am good enough, or I am strong enough, or I am positive. And it's amazing it feels silly sometimes, especially if you do it, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, like you feel a little ridiculous, but you'd be amazed at how well it really works in doing that. And if you don't feel like you can do, I'm here to tell you that you are good enough, that you are appreciated, and you are important. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because those who are telling you otherwise are full of poop. People, don't listen to them. They are cold-hearted individuals. You know that you're a good person, and being positive and forcing yourself even when you don't want to. It's just like motivation. We talk about every single Motivation Monday. What do? We 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 when you're not feeling motivated, and you get off your butt and you move. You, as Todd would say, just do it. Just do it. Go on live. There's a whole bunch or quite a few of you in here that didn't go live until more recently. And Todd and I both have told you, to just do it. What do you have to lose? Because if you don't go on there and just be yourself, then those who are looking for you, who are wanting to find you, how are they going to find you? If number one, you're not on YouTube, or number two, that you're not, being yourself. Just do it. And what's the worst that can happen? There's two things that can happen. Either you're going to succeed or you're going to fail. All the most successful people in the world have failed a bunch of times. Don't let that stop you at all.
You have to failure, man. You have to fail your way to success, because guess what? The first thing you try is not going to work. And if it does, well, you're in a select category of people that have. Yeah, I've had multiple companies that not necessarily didn't survive, but I figured out, okay, well, this isn't working, so it's time to back off, before you get in too deep sometimes. Talking about that, I found, I keep this right here with little magnets, but I found this in my dad's Bible after he passed. And I put a magnet on it and I keep it right here. And it says right here, no one is a failure who can truly say, I have done my best. Okay. Next one says, the secret to success is to do the common things uncommonly well. John D. Rockefeller. The 5 rules for failure: do only what's required, leave it until the last minute, let mistakes go, don't listen to your conscience, learn to be a convincing bluffer. Those are the 5 rules for failure. You don't want to do that. And then, Lord, help us to reason without being unreasonable. Help us to differ without being difficult. Help us to disagree without being disagreeable. And then before you speak, is it the truth? Is it necessary? Will it be harmful to anyone? Would it be better left unsaid? So I keep these things and I see them every day. And before I go live, I try and say, okay, Todd, place your words carefully on your lips, because words have started wars, ended wars, broken hearts, and mended hearts. So words are very, very powerful, just as thoughts are.
Yeah, and that actually reminds me. Oh wow, there's a weird echo. I'm going to do a little something for y'all, and I've talked about this to people, but not on live. So and I'm not perfect. I've said some things sometimes that were not really the greatest, but I'm going to use a little example. I learned this many years ago, and I show this to my kids. Words are pretty terrible. If you tell somebody something, or you say something to somebody, like we'll say you're ugly. We'll write this down. All these things. On somebody's heart, kind of thing. It's like this. So ugly. There's a tear in their heart. You're stupid. There's another one. You're dumb. There's another one. You're not good enough. Like there's another one. Even if you're mad, you're the worst person ever. Now think about this. You did this to somebody, right? By saying all these mean things to them. Now try to figure out how to put this piece of paper back together, just like you did. It started. Put it back together exactly the way it started. You can't. You can't do it. So watch the words that come out of your mouth. You may be able to bandage them and tape them together and make it half-assed, but excuse my language, but it's never going to be the same. It's like I was telling this to somebody the other day. Do not make permanent decisions on temporary emotions. I'll repeat it. Do not make permanent decisions upon temporary emotions. So when you're hot-headed and you're feeling mad or sad or whatever it is, do not make a big decision when you're like that. Do not say, and I know it's hard, but step away, take a moment, because you're going to feel like a butthole after, especially if you're talking to somebody that you care about. Yeah. You're going to need a bunch of TP for your bunghole. And I love that saying. Do not make permanent situations over temporary emotions. It's really, if you just think about it like that, every time I want me to be in all your guys' heads when you start to feel and angry or upset or whatever it is, you need to take a deep breath, and do whatever it is that helps you relax. Or people, I know for me, I like to ground myself, and that's where you look around and you look for 5 things that you can see, or you find 2 things that you can smell, or 3 things that you can feel. And by the time you go through this whole list, you're usually a lot calmer. But there's my advice. Dr. Phil all up on you, huh?
I'm talking myself down, man. I'm talking myself away. Step back from the cliff. not a
Yep.
literal cliff, but uh, yeah, I mean, every choice you make might as well be jumping off a cliff, because it could change your entire life.
Right. So what now that we are getting actually we're a couple minutes past my usual time.
Uh-oh.
Um which is fine. So Todd,
Yep.
what motivation wise is a piece of advice that you can give to our audience on motivating and moving your behind and just doing it?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the first thing I'm going to say, and I pound this home every time, is be careful what you're thinking about. Be careful what you're thinking about, because 99% of the time, our mind is doing its own thing while we're trying to go through our life. So take control, harness your brain, and say, okay, this is what I'm going to think about. And when it starts running off, just grab it and focus, focus, focus. Next thing is make a list. Make a list of whatever it is you need to accomplish, and then so that you can go back and take the check mark. Because putting a check mark by an accomplished thing, it triggers something in your brain. It really does. So be careful what you think. Make a list and check it off, and take action on those things that you just wrote down. Because without action, you can think about it and you can write it down till the cows come home. But until you actually do it, it's just an idea. Anybody can talk, anybody can dream, anybody can just say, hey, I'm gonna. Don't tell me, show me, is what I say.
That is great advice. That's like you can wish upon all the stars that you want, but if you don't make a map to figure out how you're going to get there, you're not, you know. I'm a firm believer in having dreams and goals and all these things and wishing upon the stars. To those of you that know me know I love the stars. But if you don't have a way or a direction to get there, you know, you I mean, you might, I guess, still make it, but it's better to have it there in front of you, a visual, and maybe that's. So I know for Beth Ten of Hearts, she does bullet journaling. I know that you know there's people who do, and I used to do this, the dream boards, or just writing it down, you know, like you do, Todd. There's I use a little planner slash sort of bullet journaling, and it was cool to fill in my little circle of 1,000 subs. And if y'all remember, this was one of my first ones I got to circle in, was to be on Wade's Ventures. There it was down there at the bottom. That was pretty cool. But I wrote all these down. These are all for my year that I want to do, and it's pretty awesome to fill in each little part.
Okay. So I want to show you guys, because there's other things that I believe in, is like, show me. When I say show me, show me. Show me a picture. So you had this car, show me you had that car. So you said you wrote this down, show me you wrote it down. You know, I've got my book full of stuff, and see, it says have fun. Wednesday, April 27th, 2016, 9:15 a.m. To do today. Looks like I had to finish painting the garage. I had to move some boxes to the basement. But number 4 was have fun, you know? Um, so lists, lists. What do you need to do? And then put your check marks. It's all about the check marks for me. Looks like I only got 2 check marks that day. So yeah, do it, man. It changes. And I'm not as disciplined as Beth is. I wish I were. And I don't need to wish. I just need to do it, right? I just need to do what I just said. Do it consistently. Consistency is my downfall. I think it's a lot of people's downfall. So I need to work on that consistency. So if you guys are inconsistent, don't worry. I am too. But we'll get it figured out. And also, one last thing before we go, I wanted to say thank you for Kimberly for having me on her show and giving me an idea. You gave me the idea of the Flippin Hustler finally gets organized show. we're
Y'all,
gonna
he
do
needs
a,
to do that, right?
we're
Yeah,
gonna have to do
seriously.
a bin by bin show, and you guys are gonna go through with me, and it's gonna be a long, drawn out, arduous procedure, but we're gonna get her done. And I want to say thanks to Kimberly for giving me that idea.
Yeah, no
It's gonna be
problem.
great.
I know that we all who love to watch Todd love to try to help him find the items that he has misplaced. I've been looking for Waldo, Todd. I can't find him in your basement yet, but maybe this show, organizing bin by bin,
Yeah.
um, will happen. I also think it's a really great idea because I know that you're not the only one in that position. I was there about 6 months into going hardcore at reselling, and
Mhm.
I was glad that I took the time because I can't imagine at this point years later if I would choose to try to do that. But I mean, I would do it, but it would kind of suck. And going bin by bin is the perfect way. That's even a great way. And what I do to keep up on knowing what I have because listings fall off of things and um it's kind of good to sort of go through and realize what you've had or maybe see it's just what's in the bin. So once a week I pull out a little bin and check it and go through the listings, to make sure that everything is all good instead of being overwhelmed by the fact of, like for you to look at your basement and be like, oh my gosh, I have to do all this. Going bin by bin is a great idea. And I think that it will maybe inspire some people who are in a similar position who have maybe waited too long because you get that reseller ball rolling and that excitement, that thrill, that high that you get when you start selling stuff and you're like buying more and buying more and buying more and stashing more and stashing more. And then if you add in YouTube and going live and doing working lives, you can't always necessarily step away and go, stash it or whatever it is. Like, and that's how things get lost. I still to this day sometimes will lose something, but I think that's a great idea for a show, for real. Who in the
And
chat thinks that's an awesome idea for the Flippin' Hustler to get organized?
and it's to me, it's going to be another one of those challenges, just like eating an elephant. I've never eaten an elephant, but that's the analogy I use when I say, "How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time." That's how you do it. Because I had a party bus and it was blue and white, and for some reason I thought I could tear it all apart and put it back together and paint it black, and I did. I did it one bite at a time. And I mean, I sanded, painted, primer. I mean, it was a long process, but I did it. So if I can do this, we can hit 1,000. I mean, obviously, everything is possible if we put our mind to it. So I'm gonna have to put my mind to it and eat this. Oh man, it looks like a mess behind me right now. But we're gonna eat that elephant. We're gonna enjoy it with some steak sauce.
Yeah. You heard it from Flippin' Hustler himself. You gotta, if you're gonna eat the elephant, do it bite by bite. And on that note, I will leave us with our usual advice and then say bye to the chat before we head out. If you have not watched me, I try to motivate people, well, every single Monday, here, noon my time, which is Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's usually a sort of hopefully positive vibe or kind of to better your life topic every Monday. And I always try to motivate by teaching you that there's a lot of things in life you're going to not be motivated to do, but you just need to shoot up like a rocket, after you do your little countdown, your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as Todd would say, just do it. And as I would say, move your as people. um, Thank you to everybody who's been in here. Misha, I see you, bestie. Steve is still here. Thank you very much. I see that Angie, Treasured Vintage, just showed up not too long ago. Hello, Angie. I did flip that color for you, darling. Adam, you are amazing. He is one of the men in the reseller or through the YouTube chats. The first one I gave a heart to. I got mad love for Adam. Adam is a good guy. The Shamrock Pixie for kicking some behind at being a mod today. Hip flipping mama for the shout outs for 100K and you just being you. Love you, darling. Landshark Picker, Craig, Rick, Star City Picker. Thank you, sir. Thrifty Esme. Da da da. Mary Beth, my pacemaker friend, Mary Deathy Deals. I love you so much. You guys are all amazing. Thank you, Lady Freebird. Make sure if you have not subscribed to Todd Flippin' Hustler that you do so. And don't forget that this Sunday, right here on my channel, will be the Sunday show with the Shamrock Pixie, the Bargain Effect, and Pat D72, who I know I saw fly by somewhere in there. Love you, Pat. 201 announcer. So that show is, I know it's Easter Sunday, but we are giving away some cool little prizes, a little mystery egg. You have to be present in the chat to win those, and that is at 6 p.m. Central. We only go about an hour, about hour 10 minutes at the most. So make sure to check that out. And as always, much love to all of you. And as a good friend of mine, or a very amazing reseller through our community would say, may your shelves be empty. And that is who Mike Roland Picker is the one who says that. And I just
That is
love
awesome.
it. And thank you, Todd, for being you and for
Hey, thanks.
motivating me to go live and inspire not only myself, but so many.
Oh yeah, sure, you betcha.
And on that note, much love, you all. I hope that you have a blessed day, and we will see you soon.
1438 you.
What we won 4-3. We won 438 you.
Boom.
Boom.